I spoke to Paulo Sotero. He's the director of the Brazil Institute at the Woodrow Wilson Center about this.
The message here is that, Brazil is looking to expand its foreign trade, its investment. The country is in a difficult moment now economically, and Brazilian officials, the Brazilian government knows that Brazil needs to better integrate its economy in the world economy in order to return to sustainable growth.
Yeah, the IMF has issued a report that says that Brazil is the most closed sort of major economy, at least in the Americas, and I'm curious your thoughts on that and what Brazil should be doing that they're not already doing.
Yeah, look at Mexico. Mexico has celebrated trade agreements with a number of countries. 24 countries, has more fluid relations, obviously has benefited from its proximity to the largest market in the Americas, the United States. So Brazil has had enormous difficulty in doing that because has followed a more protectionist strategy under Brazilian entrenched economic nationalism. And this needs revision. I think President Dilma Rousseff is very aware of that. So is Minister Joaquim Levy, Minister Monteiro from Commerce and Industry Development. So I think this trip coming after receiving the Prime Minister of China in a very successful visit to Brazil and before President Dilma Rousseff goes to the United States to visit President Obama, I think puts everything in a favorable context, and the context is, Brazil and Mexico relations, a rapprochement there is a positive message.
What's next now for the two countries? I mean, there's certainly, it must be a timeline now when they want to get these things going, because as you and I know, we do an awful lot of talking, and what people care about is a timeline of events.
Phil, again, they have to go to the details of those agreements and find real opportunities where businessmen can announce real investments in each other countries and opportunities to export more. This will entail better regulatory systems. In Brazil, especially business facilitation, as it's called, is a major topic right now. And clearly, from a Brazilian perspective, Brazil needs to start opening up. In this sense, Brazil should get inspired by Mexico. The Mexican economy, since it's opened up under NAFTA, it has become a more competitive economy, is now better prepared to participate in the world economy to the benefit of Mexicans and, I believe, to all its trading partners.
Paulo, is there a specific industry that you can perhaps highlight that would benefit most from any cooperation, whether it's the energy industry or the telecom industry or the financial industry? Is there one in particular that stands out to you?
No, really the automobile is the one that has been at the center of the relationship. On the energy is very interesting, Phil, because Petrobras, for instance, has, obviously, as we know, been at the center of a scandal that, used to be seen as a very productive company, a very competitive company, and is not seen in that positive light right now. Obviously, can recover, can go back there. At the same time, Mexico has reformed its energy sector and prepared itself to participate in that market in a more effective way. So I think that President Dilma Rousseff and President Peña Nieto are probably talking about a lot about energy. Each country can benefit from the other's experience. Now, there are enormous opportunities between Brazil and Mexico in an array of consumer products. For instance, there is a company in Brazil called Natura. It's a cosmetics company that has been looking to the Mexican market for years. There is a bus maker company called Marco Polo in Brazil that has actually set up shop in Mexico. At the same time, major telecom company, Mexican company, is a major investor in Brazil. So, you know, it's a matter of creating the space and having the disposition to look for closer relationships that will benefit not only the two countries, the consumers and the people of the two nations, but their neighbors in the region.
Paulo Sotero there at the Woodrow Wilson Center. Thank you.